That's so cool. What a neat story. Now we have a howlite, which we don't see very often in the shows. That's really cool. And then of course we have your traditional turquoise. And again, this is all absolutely genuine. What I think you'll find fantastic about these pieces is when you get them at home, you're gonna feel the most magnificent weight. You know what's happened recently, and really in the past, I would say decade, they have gotten in traditional silver manufacturing, not our Chaco Canyon at all, but traditionally, it's gotten so thin. It's so lightweight, and you know they're just barely using enough silver to call it silver. Yeah. When you touch a Chaco Canyon piece, you feel that it is a beautiful piece of jewelry. You can just sense it. You do, right?
Yeah. Well, the artisans, they said if you want to get your money's worth, what you do is you tap your jewelry, and if you can hear the silver, that's the amount of silver that's in there. Because if it's thin, like you said before, you won't hear like the depth in it, and you know that's what they're cheating you out of.
Oh, that's so interesting, yeah. And a lot of times we have to settle for that. Oh, the howlite is almost gone. By the way, I only have about 100 in both choices. 100% brand new, you've never seen it before. But I so wish I had just a turquoise nugget necklace out here. We don't have that anywhere, do we? Because I would love to see all these pendants on that nugget necklace maybe you have, or the multi-strand necklace you have. The white howlite is just so unique. You can put that on a onyx piece, onyx beads. If you have jet pieces, that would be beautiful on a beaded necklace and take on a whole different experience. Now, who are the artisans who created these two?
Those two are actually from Raymond Yazzie, and for that white howlite, it's what he calls the white buffalo, and so he says that it's going to be a bit before he comes into more rough, but he wanted to surprise some people out there with the new addition to the Naja jewelry.
Oh, I love it too. I love it, love it, love it. And again, everything you can see has been handcrafted, but look at the quality finishing to it. And I was saying that earlier is, at HSN, we have really, really very high standards. For example, you really need to examine your jewelry when you buy it, from us or anybody else. If you see what they call the soldering marks, that's not good jewelry, it's not finished. And we require, even if it's made by hand, that that's all smoothed over, that you don't see where one piece starts and another one ends. You will see variations only because they're all handmade. I mean, that's the beauty of it. They are one of a kind, but you want to see, and please note just the quality. Everything about this is just beautifully done. And a lot of times when you're doing it by hand like this, it takes more time. It's much more complicated. It's much more difficult. And here you just get a stunning look at how individual and interesting and wonderful these are. Why is there a lot of roping designs in Southwest Native American jewelry?
For the way it swirls, it can be a representation of, you know, the circle of life, or it can be the representation of the wind as it flows back and forth during a certain season. And especially the way the artisan represents it, it's either he or she would be sitting outside just looking at nature, and that's what their image of, you know, nature is at that time.
I love that. And if you would think about, the Spanish and the Spaniards, they would, when they arrived, very much have very ornate saddles and bridles. And you might have missed it, but can you re-explain where you'd see this typically on a horse?
It'd be the center point of the horse right here. And so when you would see it, it would just rock back and forth. You know, that would mesmerize the person who was watching them. And especially the way the horses carried themselves, you know, they put that in their jewelry making too as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's if you've ever seen anybody in full dress with the bridle and that on the horse, it is magnificent.
Oh,
it's
yes.
beautiful to see. And it's become very symbolic in Native American jewelry, and this is a perfect example of that. Also notice too, I'm gonna grab my little ruler too. Look at, again, I don't like wimpy jewelry. Let me just be really honest. I love big jewelry. This one comes in, oh, sorry, Dustin. We're at about 2 inches on one direction, and I'm gonna go from the top of that bail all the way down to the very bottom. That's about 3 inches. And even notice the detail here. just this beautiful little extra embellishment. And again, a really substantial bail, so.
Oh yes, and especially when you see the stars up on there, the Navajo people like to call themselves the Dene, which means like their ancestors come from the stars.
Oh,
so when you see
really
that,
neat.
a lot of it's going to be made on the Navajo jewelry.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. All right, the white howlite is almost completely sold out. Please thank them for doing the white howlite. We don't see it very often. In fact, it's really cool. I was very surprised. And this is absolutely brand new. How many are we down to in the howlite version? And look how pretty. Oh, there's 30. So that's, I'm just gonna hold it up here real quick. That's almost sold out. Isn't that just beautiful? Sorry, camera guys. I'm totally messing them up. I just wanted you to see, look how pretty that is. Really, that's a showpiece. Yeah, that's a showpiece. You'll get stopped and people ask you about that one for sure. Isn't that neat? And it's really unusual to see white and black stone.
Yeah.
You just don't find it, right? Okay, so coming up in just a couple of moments, we got some more things we're gonna feature. It's the 3-stone ring. Now, every single review on this ring is perfect. It's a perfectly reviewed 5-star piece. Here's a little sneak peek at it, and that's coming up just around the corner. Now, why do we love this? Because number one, the price is excellent, of course. And I love this review. It says, design is wonderful, very elongating to the finger. Another gal said, 100% recommend. Best of all, she loved our flex pay on that. And I will give you, if I can find it, what did I do with it? Where's my 3-ring ring? Oh, here it is, right here, I've got it. Okay, I just want you guys to see it. Oh, thanks, guys. It was right in front of me. I'm looking all around. Jennifer, you got it, who's got this? But I want you to see, isn't this a pretty ring? Just gorgeous. And again, that's a Kingman that we used in that one, didn't they? Yes. Beautiful. That rivals Sleeping Beauty.
I like that because you have that representation of past, present, and future.
Oh, that's neat, yeah. Or 3 kids, 3 grandkids. There's a lot of symbolism behind it. There it is, $99.90, and we have 5 flex coming up. Perfect 5-star review.